I've been having trouble sleeping these past few weeks. Hearing about strange deaths, the neighborhood rumors, and whatever the hell keeps making those noises outside after 2 a.m. has made rest a little difficult to achieve lately. But now, the neighborhood has gone weirdly quiet. No voices outside, no wandering footsteps, not even knocking near my windows. I stayed completely still in bed, suddenly very aware that all the noises that used to be outside sound much closer now. Because tonight, it's coming from my room. I can't sleep. The words barely made it past my lips, a terrible attempt to ease my nerves. I stared up at the ceiling, the right side of the room, then my left. Nothing moved. The room sits heavy around me. The faint outline of furniture is exactly where it should be. Desk, chair, door, window. Everything is in its place. Still, something feels off. I'm way too paranoid about this. I slowly close my eyes back shut. I should just sleep. Maybe I'll stop thinking about it if I... A voice suddenly speaks from somewhere beside my bed. You're really pretty when you sleep. Shit! I looked around in a panic. Where the hell did that come from? The room is too dark for me to see him clearly. I can only make out the outline of someone sitting near me, sounding far too comfortable for someone who absolutely should not be in my room. Then the mattress sings slightly. Who are you? Silence. The thing in front of me just stares. The mattress creaks softly beside me. Something cold touches the side of my neck. The last thing I hear is a quiet, unpleasant sound somewhere between a sigh and a growl. Bad question. Hello? Hello? What do you mean, death ending? I think you offended him? I guess I pretend that I know him. Whoever him is. I know you. The figure pauses, the tension in the room shifting ever so slightly. If I sell it, maybe this can be a tomorrow me problem. No? You do. Don't smile at me like that! Yeah! There's been, rumors, you know? Totally not making this up on the fly. Around the neighborhood. And, noises. And stuff. Yeah. Wow. Am I that famous? I mean, why wouldn't I be? Yeah, all I've been hearing all week. Please work. Please work. Really? You know me so well. Oh, that worked? Whew! Is what I would say if you were clever. Never mind, all hope is lost. I'm dead. I'm so dead. He just stared and smiled at me. You're not very good at bluffing, are you? My stomach drops. I looked away. Most people would have started panicking by now. The mattress creaks softly beside me. Something light touches a strand of hair, brushing it away from my face. Hey, look at me. He sounded amused. Like hell I would! Honestly, if I ignore him long enough. Oh, come on. Don't be rude. I've got real good visuals, you know. I can't be that repulsive to you, can I? He sighed. You're kind of stubborn, huh? Suddenly, a cold hand grabbed my face with rough force. Wait, hey, why does it look like you're jerking it? You're not, right? I snapped back to him immediately. There you go, darling. That wasn't so hard, was it? This bastard! Apparently this thing's solution to being ignored is brute fucking force! He wasn't lying, though. The figure in front of me was pretty. Sharp features, dark hair falling loosely over his eyes, and skin pale enough to look like he just crawled out of his own grave. A little too pale. If he smiled normally, he'd probably pass as a pretty cute guy. Unfortunately, he doesn't. The curve of his smile sits just a little too wide, and he's staring at me like he's pleased I finally looked at him. It is so fucking creepy. Like the view? I can feel cool fingers slowly curl against my throat. Yes. His smile shifts slightly. Good. I was hoping you had taste. His fingers loosened just a fraction. A thumb then brushed across my bottom lip. It was surprisingly gentle. Want to take a closer look? Triple dots. I swiftly looked away for a brief moment. Was my gawking that obvious? Well, that's embarrassing. Slowly, I looked back at him. With slight hesitation, I nodded. The silence hung awkwardly. He still did not move an inch. Is he dense? I scrunched my brows and tilted my head slightly in confusion. Darling, I need you to use your words, okay? I'm gonna ask you again. Would you like to take a closer look? Yes? The word is a surrender. I can feel the mattress dip further as he shifts his body. He doesn't move away. Instead, he closes the distance until his pale face is all I can see. Hey, don't you want to touch me? Yes! Bold fucker! His skin is cold, inhuman. Every movement is deliberate and cocky. He knows exactly what he's doing to me, and he's enjoying the power trip. So adorable. Oh! What the mouth do? I feel like I could just swallow you whole. Oh no! The world shrinks to the size of this bed. The rustle of the sheets and the feeling of him looming over me becomes everything. I forgot that he broke into my room. I forget that he was just threatening to devour me. I feel chosen, which is exactly what he wants. Later, the adrenaline begins to settle. He's still on top of me! The intimacy from moments ago has evaporated into a sudden, jarring chill. Suddenly, my body feels heavy, my heart rate slows to a crawl, and a numb sensation spreads from my chest to my limbs. What's happening? He stares me down. His face is a mask of darkness. You really are a darling, you know that? So sweet. So incredibly easy to read. I try to push him off, but I can't even lift my hands. My vision starts to blur into static. I'd stay and chat, but you're starting to look a little pale. He leans down his lips brushing against my ear as my eyes begin to close for the last time. Don't be too trusting of strangers. Oh, come the fuck on! You just couldn't keep it in your pants, can you? Man, fuck you! Okay, clearly, I'm not supposed to tell him that he's cute and that I want to ride him and that I just want to touch him. I really shouldn't. Ew. Who the hell do you think you are? My face contorted in disgust. Get the fuck off me, you sick perv! I brashly shoved him off. Or at least I tried to anyway. He doesn't move much. What the fuck? Hey, did you not hear me? Ew. For a second, he looked offended. But that didn't exactly last long until it quickly turned into some sick amusement. Wow. You have quite the mouth on you. For someone so fucking tiny. I know I'm short! Shut up! He scoffs. Then it tumbles into a fit of shameless cackling. What an asshole! It kind of just calls for it when a certain someone grabs my face uninvited. That seemed to amuse him even more. A playful hum slips out from his voice. He's seriously getting on my nerves! And on my cock! So angry. I don't take kindly to strangers like you. All right. I'll get off. Besides, I'm not a stranger. I'm Min. So, do you just stay indoors all day? Don't you have friends your age? Of course I do! That was a lie! Okay, then you definitely should have heard about me. What is this guy on about? I've heard stories, but they don't usually involve the monster insulting my social life. Well, the stories are usually written by bystanders who have little to no information about me. It's a real tragedy, honestly. So, what's the local gossip? Am I a vengeful spirit? A demon? Oh, a super handsome yandere serial killer cannibal that all the ladies fall for? If it's the third one, I'm impressed. They mostly say you're something to avoid. Avoid? Wow, that is so boring. People are so pedestrian. He shifts his weight, sitting cross-legged on the mattress like he's about to start a sleepover gossip session, though his eyes still have that unsettling glow. Be honest, if I decided to actually bite you right now, would you give me a really loud, ugly screech? You're making me uncomfortable. Of course I am. I'm a great harasser. What's that, an Identity V reference? Plus, you look like you taste... cookies, cream, and... And what? Daddy issues. Oh, fuck you! You're insane. I'm not insane. I'm Min. I am going to bite your dick off! That is enough! Sorry. I'm just very excited to talk to you. This guy is starting to feel more like an annoyance than a threat. You know, killing is easy. But finding someone who actually stays awake long enough to be interesting, that's 1 in a trillion. No, don't you dare. You're the 1 in my trillion. Oh my fucking god, why is he so lame? It's as simple as that. Why are you the way that you are? Just kill me already! Don't eat me! I don't care! Stop with the freaking fish buns! I'll shove a shrimp in your mouth! Right. Whatever. What's your deal anyway? Aside from being a creep. He pauses. For a split second, the annoying know-it-all grin drops, and he just looks tired. I just want someone to look at me and not run away immediately. It just gets repetitive. Wait. You kill people because you're bored? Oh, don't make it sound so depressing. You'd do the same if you were in my shoes. There's really not much to do when you're dead, you know. How did you die? I'm not gonna sympathize with you, because clearly being nice to you is just gonna kill me. How did you die? If you're so bored, then how did it happen? How'd you die? Min stares at me for a long moment, his expression unreadable. The origin story question. How original. Well, if you must know, I was a tragic poet. I died of a broken heart under a weeping willow in the rain. Very romantic, right? That sounds like absolute bullshit. Because it is. He lets out a sharp, barking laugh and leans back on his elbows, looking entirely too pleased with himself. Tragedy is for people who didn't have a choice in their ending. I, on the other hand, had a blast. A blast? But you're dead! And yet, I'm still more alive than you. He sits up, his playful energy shifting into something sharper. He starts tracing a pattern on the bedsheets with a pale finger. It looks like he's drawing a jagged line. Let's just say, back in the 80s, people knew my name. They didn't just avoid me. They locked their doors, checked their closets, prayed to gods. They didn't believe in just to say hi to tomorrow. You were a serial killer? I was an artist, whose medium happened to be terror. But people have such short memories these days. What happened to you? My actions bit back. Hard. Turns out, when you spend your life being the shark, eventually, the ocean decides it's had enough of you. But that's all the law you get for today. Spoilers, you know. He looks around your room with a mix of disdain and hunger. The headlines are gone. The fear has turned into campfire stories. It's insulting. Oh, so that's why you're here. Why are you still doing this? I'm reclaiming my throne. I don't want your sympathy, darling. So I picked right! I picked right! I want that look in your eyes. What look? Hey! He's reaching out, tapping the tip of my nose with a finger that feels like ice. The look that says, you'll never, ever forget me. You're just a narcissist, so you're just a has-been. Is that why you're so annoying? Annoying? But you love it, don't you? I mean, why else are you still here talking to me? He sighs, the tension in the room shifting from deadly back to uncomfortably casual as he stretches out on the mattress. Anyway, enough about my glory days. They were fun. They were bloody. And they ended with a bang. Literally. He looks me up and down, his head tilting in that predatory, curious way again. But we have a problem. I'm bored. You're still alive, and I'm starting to think you're keeping secrets from me, too.
I'm not keeping secrets. Everyone has secrets. And I'm a very curious soul. So, tell me about yourself.
We're not on a date. There's nothing to tell. We are not on a date. What kind of first date question is that?
It's a perfectly normal question to ask. My God, what kind of dates have you been going on? I don't go out on much dates. So, what you mean is that you're single.
That is none of your business!
Alright. Fine. It's okay if you don't want to be. Is he going to stop trying to pry? You don't have to, because I already know so much about you.
Okay? What? What do you mean you know a lot about me? Have we just met?
Oh, we just met. But I've been getting acquainted with your routine for quite some time now. For instance, you always double-check the front door lock, but you completely forget about the window in the laundry room. And you make that adorable little face whenever you're reading something you don't like on your phone. You've been watching me?
Not the first time, but still.
Watching? Ow! You make me sound like a stalker.
You are a stalker!
I am simply learning about you. I even know that you tug onto your plushie in your sleep whenever you get nightmares. It's so cute. That's actually kind of sweet.
Learn some manners, you creep! You've been watching me this whole time! Learn some goddamn manners!
You're a disgusting creep.
You need to learn some manners!
Min pauses for a second. I think I've actually offended him, but then a low, bubbling chuckle starts to rise in his chest, growing into a full melodic laugh that rings out through the cold room. Learn some manners. Ah, darling, you are absolutely precious.
He doesn't look insulted. He looks like a man who just found a $20 bill on the sidewalk. He leans forward, his eyes shimmering with a terrifying, playful light.
You're talking to a man who turned an entire decade into a folktale, and you're scolding me like I'm a child who tracked mud on the carpet.
I mean it. Get the fuck out of my house. I said get out! Why are you getting closer? He leans closer, moving with a fluid, predatory grace. He doesn't yell. He glides towards me, looking genuinely delighted. You better not throw a tantrum about this. I swear to God, I thought I got a good read on you.
I love this. I really do. Most people scream while they pray or they beg. But you try to discipline the monster in your bedroom. It's so refreshingly arrogant. I almost want to keep you. He reaches out, his hand cupping my cheek with an icy, mocking tenderness. But manners are important, aren't they? And it's quite rude to keep a guest waiting for the main event. Min, what are you? You don't tolerate tantrums? That's a shame.
He gets on top of me, pinning me down with a violent force. Hello?
Because I don't either. Oh, don't tell me. It's another dead end, isn't it?
God fucking... Just because I tried to tame you, you piece of shit!
Brought it too close to the sun.
Oh, fuck you! Okay, so, clearly, like, being mean to him isn't gonna get me anywhere, so I just gotta be scared, even though I'm just completely bricked up right now. I'm caroused, if you may say. You've been watching me this whole time? What a pervert.
Min actually lets out a genuine bark of laughter, leaning back on his hands. He looks entirely too comfortable for a man who's in someone else's house. You've asked that twice now, darling. What? Are you so hung up on the fact that you're being watched?
I feel a flush of heat crawl up my neck, half embarrassment, half lingering terror.
So what, you just hang out around the neighborhood? Yeah, especially around your laundry drying outside.
Have you been sniffing my clothes?
Min says it with a gleeful smile. He has! He then reaches into the pocket of his pants, not with his hand, but with a shadowy tendril that sprouted from his back.
We don't talk about my panties!
It's a pair of my lace panties, the ones I thought I lost in the laundry weeks ago. Where did you even get that? He looks at me like I just said something stupid. Around your laundry drying outside. You know, you really should be more careful with where you leave your things lying around. If I hadn't taken this with me, some weird creep might have... I'm looking at one right now!
You're the weird creep!
He brings the fabric close to his face, closing his eyes for a brief second. He's sniffing it! Besides, they were just gathering dust. I'm giving them a much more appreciation-filled home. You look at me like I committed a crime. I'm completely out of underwear! I wouldn't be surprised if he stole all of them! What the fuck? I'm going full commando out here! Trust me, this is the least of the things you should be worrying about.
You can say that again.
So far, he seems to really like answering my questions. What do I ask him next? What do you want from me? If you're not going to kill me, what's the point of all this? What do I want? I want front row seats. You're like a flickering light of entertainment in a very dark room. And I've always been a fan of the show. You've been watching me goon, haven't you?
You're calling me a gooner? I mean a clown?
Yes.
Dickhead!
Is there anything else I want to ask? Can other people see you? Or is it just me? He throws his head back and laughs, the sound echoing unnaturally, as if it's coming from the walls themselves. Oh, they could see me if I wanted them to. But why would I share the spotlight? I'm very selective about my audience. Most people are too boring to waste my good looks on. You should be honored. You're the only one getting the private screening.
Every answer he gives me just brings up even more questions.
Is there anything else I want to ask? One more thing. Just one more thing. I need to know. Huh? What is it? What's your body made out of? Do you have flesh? Bones? Sugar, spice, and everything nice. And a pinch of charm. That is a stupid answer. That's a stupid question. There's more I want to know. Do you eat humans? What other stuff do you eat? I can eat anything you can, but I like to stick to human meat. I specifically prefer unemployed girls who stay inside all day, playing video games. Very tender. How do you pick your victims? Just by preference or something more like, by how much they're able to annoy me? Then what about with stupid questions like the... God fucking damn it! Suddenly his voice drops to an unsettling low. The world around me darkens, just as the face of the man sitting in front of me. Did I do something wrong? Yeah. You ask way too many questions.
Yeah, Dick! Dead cat! Ugh! Next time, learn to keep your mouth shut. No! Okay. Clearly, I'm not supposed to ask that many questions, but I'm wondering if I can actually choose some of the other questions here before we get to that choice, and if we can still survive, because I am a bit curious. Why are you here? Out of all the houses in this town, why did you pick mine? Because we're destined to meet by fate. I died due to a curse. All my afterlife, I've been searching for the one person who can lift it. And you, my dear, have the blood of a shaman who has such power. That's why you're able to talk to an entity like me. Okay! I carefully think to myself after hearing his words. I do remember always being a little different growing up. Always thought I was just schizophrenic for the things I could hear and see that no one else could. If this is the case, everything makes sense. Really? Is that true? Of course not, dumbass. I pulled that out of my ass. Anyone with eyes will be able to see me if I show myself to them. Never mind, I guess I was schizophrenic. Is there anything else I want to ask? How did you pass away? How did it happen? To you, I mean. How did you actually die? For a split second, the playfulness vanishes. His eyes go flat, like old television glass when the power's cut. I killed myself. He said it so casually! What? Why would he even do that? Why would a man who's this full of himself commit such an act? Every answer he gives me just brings up more questions. Is there anything else I want to ask? No! I swallow hard, my throat feeling dry and tight. I could tell I'm pushing its patience. I think that's enough questions for now. Min's grin returns, wider and more friendly than before, though it does nothing to settle my nerves. Good choice. I was starting to think I was back in school, and I always hated school. Now, since we're done with the little Q&A session... What the hell? Are your neighbors usually this loud? Conveniently, always at 3 a.m. when I'm trying to sleep, yeah. Where the fuck did he go? That was a very quiet scream. The fuck was that? Huh. Everything is so quiet. Where's Min? I'm going back to bed. Do I wait or search? Oh my god, I don't want to lose. I don't want to die again. I'm gonna go search. I should probably go look for him. Ah, god fucking, I hate you! Didn't it tell you to stay still? Just as quickly as he lunged, he's back in his original spot, laughing softly at my heart-shattering terror. Oh, you should have seen your face. Absolutely priceless. Asshole! Hey, don't look at me like that. Come on. It was a little funny. You. Whatever. What did you do to them? What the fuck was that? The neighbors? I politely told them to stay quiet. Politely? Yeah, sure. What about the thing you did? The creepy face? Oh, this? Hot. Relax. It's just my mandala catalog face. I really wanted to research on what people find scary, and I stumbled upon... There he goes rambling! Shut the fuck up! I do know most what he's talking about, because I need time to recover from his DIY jump scare. Pretty cool, right? No! Keep it away from me! I'll make sure I do it more often then. Noted. What the fuck? I like that look on your face. Min falls silent. The teasing glint in his eyes doesn't disappear, but it settles into something
warmer. He looks at me, really looks at me, as if he's memorizing the way the moonlight hits my face. You know, darling. He reaches out. For the first time, he doesn't lunge or mock. His ghostly fingers hover just a fraction of an inch from my cheek. I can feel the static, a localized chill that makes their hair on my arm stand up. I haven't had this much fun talking to someone since the lights went out. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Coming from a serial killer? It's the highest praise I have. Most people, they're so predictable. They beg, they fight, they die. They break before the first act is even over. Oh, no, as if I died plenty of times before we got to this point! But you're still standing. Still vivid. Your attention is fully on me. I like it. His hand moves to my hair, his fingers combing through the air around the strands. It's a gesture that feels terrifyingly possessive. It's nice to have an audience. I've always loved being admired. But the look of fear and curiosity in your eyes, to be witnessed by you. Min. I know that look. I'm horny! Don't get sentimental on me, darling. It ruins my brand. He leans in, his face inches from mine. His voice drops to a whisper that vibrates in my very bones. I don't want to lose you. Especially not to myself. He stands up, the shadows around him beginning to swirl as if he's losing his grip on this reality. He looks towards the window. The night has gone for far too long. You should get some rest, darling. Okay, bye! Goodbye! Bye! Thank you! Min stands perfectly still, the air in the room, which had been vibrating with his energy, suddenly goes flat and cold. For a moment, I think I see a flicker of genuine hurt cross his face, but it's gone before I can be sure. Right. Of course. He walks towards the window, his form becoming more transparent with every step. The moonlight bleeds through the glass, making him look like a fading photograph. Will I see you again? No, I don't think you will. You're far too delicious, darling. If I stay, I fear I'll eventually want to devour you whole. What the fuck is Keizu? He's gone! The weight in the room lifts. The static in the air vanishes. I'm alone in my bedroom, with nothing but a small writing on the wall to prove he was ever there. Good ending. The witness. He left to keep you alive. You're the only person who truly knew him, and the only one he ever let go. I have a feeling that's not the canon ending, though. That was a good ending, but not the canon one. We have to go back. What if I made him stay? Wait. Don't go. Stay. I don't want to be alone. The shadows in the room freeze. Min stops mid-flicker, his back to me. For a long, silent moment, I think I've made a mistake. Then he turns slowly, a look of genuine, stunned disbelief on his face. You're serious? You're asking an actual monster to spend the night? You really must have the survival instincts of a goldfish. Don't tease me all you want, but my decision has been made. He chuckles, but it's a soft, breathy sound. No mockery left in it. He moves back towards the bed, the air around him humming with a low, melodic vibration. What is it that you're alluding to, darling? I reach for the hem of his shirt and begin to undress him! as though I was peeling away his layers. The man flinched momentarily, but quickly regained his demeanor. How terribly bold. Still not running? You really are a glutton for punishment. I reach out, my fingers trembling. I touch his chest. He feels like ice and velvet. Slowly I move my hand up, toward his jaw, toward the face that has spent the night mocking and terrifying me. The moment my fingers brush his skin, Min flinches. It's a purely animalistic reaction. From behind his back, a dark, shadowy tendril lashes out, wrapping firmly around my wrist and pulling my hand away from his face. Label! Hey! Don't. His voice isn't cocky now. It's jagged, rough. He looks away, his teeth clenched. Min, it's okay. Let me. I'm right here. I don't pull away. I keep my gaze steady on his, softening my voice until it's just a whisper. I can feel the tendril around my wrists trembling, its grip loosening as his panic fades into a shaky, uncertain surrender. The shadow retreats, melting back into his form. He slowly turns his face back to mine, looking at me with an expression of raw vulnerability that hurts to witness. I cup his cheek. This time, he doesn't pull away. Instead, he leans into my palm, letting out a long, shuddering breath. He lifts his own hand, placing his cold, long fingers over mine, pressing my hand harder against his face, as if he's afraid I'll disappear if he lets go. You're a dangerous little thing, aren't you? What have you turned me into?
Well, not a pervert, considering you've already been one from the start. I don't know.
He closes his eyes, his thumb stroking the back of my hand, leaning his face into it. Min's hand is still pressed against mine, but the warmth, if you could call it that, begins to sharpen. The silver veins in his skin pulse faster, glowing with a hungry, frantic light. You're so soft, so warm. It's almost a waste to let all that life just sit there, to let time rot it away eventually. He kisses my palm, his teeth grazing the skin just hard enough to leave a mark. His eyes are dark, swirling with a desperate, possessive need. I want you, darling. Not just for tonight. Not just for as long as your heart decides to beat. I want to devour you. I want to take every drop of that life, every ounce of that spirit, and pull it into me. You'd be a part of me. I'll be gentle. Promise. It'll be the last thing you ever feel. And the best. Just say yes. Tell me you're mine to take. Take me! If this is the only way to be yours, then do it. The world seems to tilt. Min's breath is cold, non-existent, yet somehow hitches in his throat. The shadows that were lashing out in a frenzy suddenly go still, dropping to the floor like heavy velvet. You'd really let me. He leans down, his face inches from mine. I could see the flicker of hope in his eyes, a ghost of when he was just a man. But the red hunger is still there, pulsing in time with the silver veins on his neck. You're not lying. You're not stalling. You're actually giving yourself to me. I trust you, Min, more than I'm afraid of you. He lets out a sound that is half a laugh and half a sob.
Oh, now he's jorking it again!
He crawls over me, his weight feeling like a literal shadow, heavy, cold, and inescapable. His hands, usually so restless and mocking, settle firmly against my wrist, pinning them to the pillow. But he isn't squeezing, he's holding. I've wanted to hear those words for decades. He lowers his head, his lips grazing the sensitive skin of my throat. It's an agonizingly slow crawl towards the end. Every touch feels like a static shock. I feel his jaw unhinge, and the cold of his inside hitting my skin. The sharp point of his teeth presses against my pulse. One more second, one more breath, and I'll be gone. I close my eyes. I don't fight. I don't even tremble. The pressure of his teeth increases. Then stops. A drop of something cold hits my collarbone. Then another. I open my eyes, confused, only to see Min staring down at me, his face contorted in a way that looks like he's being torn apart from the inside. No. He recoils, scrambling backward across the bed as if I've just burned him. He hits the headboard, his chest heaving with phantom breaths. What is wrong with you? Why did you scream? Why did you look at me like... Min, you were going to let me destroy the only thing that actually matters. I was going to swallow you. I was going to be alone again. But this time, it would have been my fault. He covers his face with his hands, his long, ghostly fingers shaking. I can't do it. I can't turn you into a witness who can't speak back. He looks up at me, his eyes wide and drowning in a very human grief. I love the way you move too much. I love the way you talk back to me too much. I think I've accidentally become the one who belongs to you. Min. Before I can utter a word, Min melts into my arms, burying his face in my chest. He stays there for a long time, his forehead pressed against the back of my hand. The frantic energy in the room has died down into a low, steady thrum, like the purr of a massive cat. Min, it's okay. I'm still here. He doesn't look up, but I feel his grip tighten slightly, not with the iron strength from before, but with a desperate, anchoring need. I don't deserve the light you're giving me, darling. But I think I'm too selfish to let it go now. Slowly, the adrenaline begins to drain from my body, replaced by a heavy, soul-deep exhaustion. I sink back into the pillows, and I let him follow. As my eyes flutter shut, the last thing I feel is the sensation of ghostly fingers tracing the line of my jaw, light as a feather and twice as careful. True ending. Domesticated. Huh. I guess you did manage to keep the dog on a leash. God damn it! Wait, that's an epilogue? I wake up with my head spinning. My vision is hazy. There's a persistent dizziness behind my eyes. Probably a lingering side effect of nearly being eaten by a cannibalistic serial killer entity thing. Min? I scan the room. The chair is empty. The shadows are gone. For a terrifying second, I think he really did leave. Then I notice a lump on the floor by the foot of my bed. My favorite fuzzy blanket is moving and it's grumbling. Close it. Close the curtains right now, darling. It's offending my eyes. I blink, rubbing my eyes. The melodramatic, poetic monster from last night is nowhere to be found. In his place is a very grumpy, sleep-deprived looking boy. Min, are you okay? The blanket shifts and he pokes his head out. I freeze. Last night he was towering at least 7 feet of intimidating ghost. Now he looks barely 5 feet tall, swallowed up by the fabric. Why are you so short now? You look smaller, like a lot smaller. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll be a good little witness and close the curtains for me. You're lying. You're sensitive to the light, aren't you? It makes you shrink. It's a stylistic choice. I'm minimalist now. I can't help it. After the life and death stakes of the night, seeing him like this is hilarious. I stand up, staggering slightly, and walk towards the window. Wait, what are you doing? Don't you dare! I grab the edge of the curtains and yank them wide open. No, you treacherous little brat! The sunlight pours in, and right before my eyes, Min shrivels like a salted slug. He lets out a high-pitched, indignant squawk as he vanishes into the folds of the blanket. I look down. The blanket is flat, but then I hear a tiny, muffled voice coming from my shelf. Min? I look at the empty shelf. Tucked away in is a tiny 6-inch tall version of Min. He's sitting there, looking absolutely furious. I am going to haunt your dreams for 1,000 years! I'm going to make your milk go sour! I am going to hide your car keys every single morning! Oh my god, you're pocket-sized! You're like a little angry action figure! I am an infamous serial killer! I laugh, but I eventually take pity on him. I pull the curtain shut again, returning the room to a soft, dim twilight. Slowly, the tiny figure on the shelf begins to expand, flickering until he's back into his small but human 5-foot-ish height. He steps off the shelf, still covered in my blanket. Even in the sides, he still has that smug, lopsided grin. He walks over to me, reaching out. I feel the familiar chill as his hands cup my face.
Thank you.
Oh no! There's voice acting! What the? Let me hear that again! One more time!
Thank you, darling.
So, now that you've successfully bullied a ghost. What's for breakfast? I smile, leaning my head back against the wall. It's going to be a very strange life, but I think I'm going to keep him. Welcome home, men. Ah. Thank you for playing. Anyway, that was Survive Min. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. And I'm not sure where I've heard this, but apparently Min is trans-mask. I may or may not be wrong about it. If I do find the source, it will be on the screen right now. But yeah, I think that's really freaking cool. And like the concept of Min is actually like pretty darn cool. I do like it. And for the dev's first game, I quite enjoyed this. It was a fairly simple setting, and there wasn't a lot going on in terms of like where you moved. It was all set in your bed. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the experience, and Min. Oh, I need Min. But apparently needing Min too much is not a good thing. Oh no. But anyway, I do look forward to whatever the dev has in mind for the future. Hopefully they'll release more games. Hopefully there's gonna be more of Min, but who knows? Who knows? But let me know what you thought in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day, and as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.